find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They start the drive with Cook. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Vikings sit 11-4 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Right back to him on first down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. Room here to run. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Cook is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. They still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play action now. Cousins. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
On second down, they'll run it here. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action. Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Play fake. Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins now. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays, your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
They'll look to run with Nwangu, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that'll make the score 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Rodgers going to throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Rodgers' throw finds its target, Dobbs. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Jones. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And it's a Packers touchdown. Juwan Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make our score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Cousins on first down. Steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. play action. Cousins. They'll roll him out right. He'll fire it deep for Rager. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Escaping the pressure right. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either, so certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
This is fielded at the 27. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run it again with Cook. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Cousins gives way to Cook. Jair Alexander up to make the tackle.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Rodgers to throw once more. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watson. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
The Packers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw is Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Stop made there by Brian Asamoah.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete there to Johnson. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Rodgers. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Lambeau is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there. And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into.
He's got a man, complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 78 yards. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook, and this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the